Hook viewers in the first 3 seconds or you're dead. Use 47 hashtags minimum. Research them for 2 hours daily. Reply to every comment within 30 minutes. Create content for TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and Snapchat. Film 20 pieces of content in one day to batch. Always be authentic, but also follow the exact viral formula. Study analytics for 3 hours daily. Trend jack everything. Perfect ring lighting at all times, 47-step skincare routine, change outfits 6 times per day for variety, film in 12 different locations daily, upgrade equipment monthly, new camera equals instant success, perfect your surprised face thumbnail and mirror daily, practice your candid laugh for 30 minutes, master 73 different poses for static posts, comment first on everyone's post, slide into 200 DMs daily, attend every networking event in 500-mile radius, collaborate with anyone who has more than 12 followers, join 47 Facebook groups and post in all of them, launch 4 different courses simultaneously, create a mastermind membership and coaching program. Raise your prices every Tuesday. Send 17 sales emails per week. Have limited time offers that never end. Create urgency with countdown timers on everything. Pivot your entire business model monthly. Automate everything while staying authentic. Wake up at 4 a.m. and post about it. Have 7 different morning routines. Read 52 books while doing handstands. Journal, meditate, manifest, and visualize for 3 hours daily. Take ice baths while live streaming. Biohack your entire existence. Track 47 different metrics about yourself.
Why in the world would you listen to me? You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. But I know that this stuff that I keep seeing from all content creators, half of which I watch because let's face it, I want YouTube to monetize me. I want to get paid money. So I'm clinging onto and reaching for all of the hacks, all of the ways. And every time I get myself worked up into this frenzy about what I'm not doing right, what I need to change, what I need to perfect, I remember that my nervous system is screaming at me to slow down and be present with myself. And that no amount of money or followers or monetization from YouTube can ever replace my state of existing within my calm, smooth, soothed nervous system. No amount of outside approval can ever replace my own self-approval. And let's be real, no amount of outside approval can make you approve of yourself. It doesn't work that way. You might gain millions of followers and get thousands of views, but if you're not content within yourself, if you don't know how to hold that success, if you don't know how to register it within you without the constant income of more validation, you won't be able to keep it, and it will burn you out if all of these trends and viral tactics and things don't burn you out first. I made this satirical video about how to go viral and how to get 1 million followers because I don't have 1 million followers. And trying to do all of these things has been making me crazy. I can't afford to care what you think about me. So I intentionally started making this video today with no makeup. And no, I didn't even brush my teeth yet this morning. I got this idea in my head because my body said enough is enough today. I got this idea in my head to start making this video without preparing anything. Look at this background. It's half of this wall and half of this wall, and there's crap all over the place. I don't have a ring light. I got acne all over the place. Didn't even brush my teeth. I don't care. This is authenticity. And the point of the content that I'm creating, which I freaking hate that. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. Content creation. What are we doing to ourselves when we call ourselves that? What is the purpose of me speaking at all? It's to share some wisdom, some information, or at least an entertaining story. What is the point of me opening my mouth at all? It's for my own personal validation of my own expression. It's to hear myself talk. It's to validate that my ego is here having an experience, holding this stupid little microphone up to my mouth so that I can have a clear audio so that people might want to listen to what I'm saying. But you know what? Most of the YouTube videos I watch and listen to, I don't even watch them. So why do I spend all of the time editing? Because most of the time I put a YouTube video on to speak to me while I'm doing dishes, or while I'm cleaning something, or while I'm making art. I'm not even watching. I don't need the 14 seconds of distraction followed by another 6 seconds and then all of these sound effects. I really just want to hear someone telling me something that feels true within my being, that feels like I'm remembering it instead of being informed. I don't want to feel like everyone else knows what they're doing and I'm trying to hang on to someone's bootstraps and follow along and play the game that everyone else is playing. I don't want to play the game that everyone else is playing, which is why I want to share my love and wisdom instead of going to a 9-to-5 job. Do you know what I did for most of my life? I've worked at collision shops. I help people, I used to, write damage estimates to let them know how much it would cost to fix their vehicle so I can report to insurance company. Doesn't that sound boring? Doesn't that sound terrible? Doesn't that sound absolutely like not involving any passion at all? It was killing my soul. What do I care about? I care about wisdom. I care about we come here as human beings to suffer wounds. And through those wounds we grow. Through those wounds we learn how to hold ourselves, to validate ourselves, to accept ourselves, to grow and nurture ourselves, to hold ourselves accountable to what we can do, and to give us grace for what we can't. I don't have billions of dollars of disposable income, and I don't have 27 hours in a day to edit content and do other things because I'm a mother, because I'm a human, because I have a real human body to take care of, with a real nervous system that really needs tender love and care. I have 2 very real children that want my love and affection and attention, and I don't have the time to be doing any of the rest. I don't have the time to go spend 8 or 9 hours at work. I don't have the time to spend 8 or 9 hours editing film for a YouTube video. I don't have the time for that because my time ought to be spent with those children, role modeling for them that, get this, you are perfect exactly as you are. When you rolled out of bed this morning, imperfectly, with unbrushed teeth and no makeup, you're perfect exactly as you are. When you rolled out of bed this morning and your brain immediately got hijacked with the things that were rolling around in it yesterday, and you felt yourself starting to go into that struggle of, oh my gosh, what do I have to do? What is expected of me today? What should I be? How should I be? And all of that frantic. And then you turn on social media and you turn on YouTube to get information from the gurus or the leaders that you've self-imposed into your life. And they start telling you all of these things that you feel like you didn't know yet. It sends our nervous system the message that we're behind, that we don't know enough yet, that we're not informed enough to actually share anything of value with anyone else. And I'm here to say that that's false. It's wrong. It's part of the game. And what has happened is the Matrix has caught on to the fact that many of us have taken to YouTube to try to strategize a way out of the 9-to-5, a way to use what we have within us, the value that we already are, to start receiving value back from the world. And the Matrix is hijacking that too. And you could argue that it's always been a part of the Matrix and blah, blah, blah. Regardless, if we jump out of one game and right into another, and we're still following someone else's rules, is that freedom? Is that living our own authentic life? Is that making our own way? Not really. And this is no judgment. My loves, I'm doing the same thing. Every single day, I post at least one short. I'm trying to diversify where and how I share my information and what kind of information. I'm trying, instead of being. I'm listening to all of the tricks and tips and the go viral and edit your videos this way and you'll be successful and all of these promises from people that don't know And they can't promise because they don't know how those things are going to sit and land and be handled by my nervous system. I'm the only one that knows that. I'm the only one that knows what imposter syndrome feels like to me, where it is in my body, where it lives, how it starts showing up. That imposter syndrome that creeps up in my gut because I'm Virgo. It shows up in my intestines first and it gives me this queasiness. And then the Libra kicks in and it goes into my lungs and my breathing starts short-circuiting. And that, for me, is my personal indicator that I'm taking on too much of other people's perceptions and I'm mixing that with who I really am, and it's confusing the fuck out of me. And I'm sick of being confused. So I decided to make this video today to say, I don't need to do any of that. I don't know when it is that my follower count, or my subscriber count, and my view count will start gaining me money, but I know that today I deserve to have a soothed and calm nervous system. I know that today, right now, I deserve to feel and appreciate the value of who I am, regardless of who's watching, regardless if anyone's listening or ever gives a fuck at all about anything that falls out of my mouth. I deserve today to be peaceful and proud of who I am, who I'm becoming, who I'm unbecoming, of whose guidance I'm following, my own. And that's not to say that I haven't been learning from and that I don't appreciate so many of the other people sharing their wisdom on this platform. I really, truly do. There's quite a few, and I'm going to link some channels in the description box of this video that have really been inspiring me a lot as of late. People who it's obvious to me that their main value is in self-mastery. Now, this isn't controlling the self. It's mastering the concept of being a self. It's mastering, and this is always a process in the making. It doesn't mean mastered. It doesn't mean finished product. It doesn't mean you're done growing. It means that you move through life with the grace of knowing that you're always perfectly imperfect and that you can be, but it's not required of you to be growing. So growing my YouTube channel, while that's valuable to me, it is not the value of me. It is not the value that I am. If my YouTube channel isn't growing, it doesn't mean I'm not. And if it is growing, it doesn't mean I am. It just means whatever it means. And I don't need to make it mean anything about me. It's just a part of the game. It's like rolling the dice. And if we could look at things like, is my social media growing and things like that as more of a dice roll? Because really it is. You can't control, you can't go into someone else's house. This is breaking and entering, folks, and this is also harassment and a whole lot of other things. Wouldn't recommend. You can't go into someone's house and make them take their phone out of their hand, click onto your channel, subscribe to it, make them stay subscribed and interact. You can put the value of yourself forward and know that the people that are meant to find that information, that are meant to value it, will. And you can let go of controlling that outcome. That's peaceful. Or you can stress yourself out and burn yourself out doing any and all of the things that we are told and shown and advised to do, half of the time from well-intending people and half of the time from people who just want to create more content. Content that says the same thing over and over again. This is what I did to get 10,000 viewers. And maybe those things are accurate. Maybe they work for some people. But a lot of those things don't work for me as a mother of 2 children who has had self-validation issues, who struggles with my need for outside validation because I don't want to need it, but I can tell that I do. I can tell that I'm so dependent on it. I can tell that my inner my inner sense of value is not yet stronger than the approval of others or outside validation. And that hurts to say, but that's my authentic truth right now in this moment. And I look forward to knowing a different truth. I look forward to knowing a truth where I don't even look to see how many views or likes or comments or subscriptions I have. I look forward to the moment where I no longer care about that. And I just create and put out into the world because that's what my heart is compelling me to do. And every time I have that thought, it feels so good and genuine until the subconscious protector self in me, which is very valid and so appreciated because it wants to keep me safe, reminds me that I need to have an income so I can keep living my life. True. But I also need to feel good about myself because I've lived already. I know what it feels like already to have more than enough income to support my life and still be absolutely fucking miserable because I don't like who I am, or I'm not getting the outside of validation or approval from others that tells me from the outside in that I'm good enough. So at this point in my life, I know for me that it's more important to create whatever messy, imperfectly unedited or barely edited or not hyper fixated upon wisdom or whimsy or that comes out of me simply because I wanted to. Simply because it's what felt right and true for me at the moment. I look forward to that, and I think that this is the start. I think that this is the start of that right now in this moment. And when I click share on this video and I challenge myself to not care, I'm going to give myself the grace of backsliding and just checking out of curiosity. And then when that moment happens where like I haven't gotten the viewers and I haven't gotten the subscriptions and this video has fallen on deaf ears, I'm going to give myself the grace of holding myself and reminding myself that that's not what matters, that I can be proud of myself regardless for having been true to myself, for having shared my true voice and my true thoughts. So this is my wish, my hope for myself and for anyone who finds the time to watch this video all the way through to this point. I hope you give yourself a break. I hope you stop expecting perfection. I hope you stop trying to extract perfection out of a whole that is already perfect, that includes your imperfection. I hope that you start sharing more of your vulnerable and your real, and that you don't shrink away from the bigness of who you are, which again is the whole of you, including all the imperfection. Forget about the ring lighting, forget about the perfect sound effects, forget about all of that crap, just for at least a moment of your day. Maybe the first moment of your day, maybe the first several moments of your day, so you can practice yourself into a state of, I love me. I love me and I'm proud of me and I can't wait to show me to the world, even if the world isn't ready to see me yet. Because maybe someday they'll be happy enough with themselves that we're not even looking at each other anymore in that way. That when we do view each other, it's because I know that I'm an expert on my life and perspective, and I'm interested in witnessing someone else where they're at. Just because it's interesting. Because life is meant to be lived with curiosity and joy and whimsy and wonder. It's a journey that we could all be walking together, not comparatively side by side, just side by side to enjoy each other's company. Thank you for inspiring me to be more of me and less of what everyone else is doing.